Alright guys, hello and welcome to this channel, MBA Wallah English. My name is Rahul Batla, CAT 99.95, Quant 99.98. So, am I audible? Am I visible? If yes, quickly give me a thumbs up. I hope many of you, I think, I see the names, I can make it out. Some of you are from the MBA Hindi channel as well, right? So just let me know guys from where you are. MBA Hindi channel, Pioneer Badge, Elite Badge, or maybe a student just following MBA English YouTube channel. Help me know about it guys. So what we are going to deal with today is we'll be dealing with how to form the equations from the problem statements, right? So you must have done these kind of questions, right? Problem solving questions. There are statements, and from those statements, we actually have to make the equations, right? So how comfortable you are in that? Good evening, Atharv. All right, so pro, pioneer, foundation, self prep English. That's nice. Okay, so a mixed bunch of students. That's nice. So okay, tell me. All right, if I grade it from 1 to 10, where would you grade yourself? 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. How comfortable you are when it comes down to form the equations from the statements. Many of us are able to solve the statements, right? Once the equations are created, we are able to solve it. That I know. But the point is, how much are you able to form when it comes down from words to equation? 8, 8.5, that's nice, Sangram. Good. 5, okay, 40%. So 4, 5, 8, all right. So today, we'll be dealing with this particular scenario. Loading in this session, we'll be doing a CAT 2024 question as well. We'll be seeing how to handle this kind of questions in just 15 to 20 seconds without writing much, right? How to tackle with ratio equations, everything. So this is which is loading in the session, but before that, we have to build up the basics. Okay. So I'll just take 1 hour, and by 1 hour, we'll be here. Okay. So stay very, very focused. The idea is we'll learn how to convert the statements into equation. Then we'll try it in level 1 questions, and then we'll jump to the level 2 questions, the difficult ones. Ready? Everybody? Ready? All right, guys. First thing first, very simple words to equation. We'll be starting with the warm up. Right? If I see a statement like this, x is 2 more than thrice of y, what equation will you form between x and y? The idea is I just need to know whether you understand the difference between more or less and twice thrice. So what is the equation that you're going to go form from this thing? X is 2 more than thrice of y. What would be the equation? Pretty simple. X is refers to equals to 2 more than means 2 plus 2 more than what? Thrice of y. Thrice of y means 3y. So everybody comfortable in forming such kind of equation from that statement? Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Got it. It's about the basics, na Sangram. Sangram, it has to be very, very crisp and focused in the basics. And then, of course, it becomes fun and entertainment, everything, once we are done with the basics, right? What is the point of having the fun if we are not growing, right? Fine. What about this one? Solve this simple question, straight one, easy one. You can go ahead and simply solve it. 7 subtracted from twice a number, result is 19. Find the number. On for this one. I want the answers on the chat. Okay. Perfect. Nice, nice. So the equation, right? 7 is subtracted from twice a number. So twice a number is 2x, and 7 is subtracted from that. So twice a number, 7 is subtracted from twice a number, and the result is 19. I guess 2x comes out to be 19 plus 7, that is 26, and x comes out to be 13. Very elementary, guys. Everybody comfortable at this level, right? So everybody understands the meaning of twice, thrice. Shall we increase the level? Absolutely, yes, we can. Yes, time to increase the level. Okay, round 2, the basics are set. If I go ahead and create a question like this, similar kind of scenario with 3 variables have been asked in the CAT, right? We have done that similar question, I guess, yesterday in the elite batch as well, the CAT one. How would you form the equations for this one? ATM only 100 rupees notes, 500 rupees notes. Person took out a total of 4200. Machine handed him 14 notes. Now we'll try to find or try to form equations having 2 variables. We formed the equation with 1 variable in the last question. This time 2 variables. And then we'll go to 3. And in this class only we'll go to 4 as well. Come on, let's go, guys. Oh, very nice. So what about this one? ATM only has 100 rupees notes, 500 rupees notes. Let's assume these one to be X, these one to be Y. You have a total of 14 notes. That means X plus Y equals to 14. That is the equation from the number of notes. But then one more. How will we form the second one, guys? How will we form the second one? Money. We also know that a total of 4200 rupees we have. Yes or no? So what will be the equation that we'll get from the money? Come on the chat, please. If we are assuming X notes of 100 rupees and Y for 500, what will be the equation, guys? 100 rupees X notes, that's 100X. Yes. 500 rupees Y notes, that's 500Y. So this much money we have in total, right? And the total is equals to how much? 4200. I guess we can easily eliminate the 2 zeros. Everybody has it. And the equation is X plus Y equals to 14. That is 1. And then we have X plus 5Y equals to 42. That's second. Eliminate, get the value of Y. And then let's jump to a better level further. Yes. Comfortable? What comes out? You eliminate. Good other, good Sangram. Nice, nice, nice. So if I go ahead, subtract it, cancels. Minus 4y. This is minus 28. I guess y comes out to be 7, right? Everybody comfortable? Yes, give me a cheer, give me a y. I get to know. Y7, yes. Y7, we put it over here. X plus 7 equals to 14x7. If everybody comfortable, give me a y. Yep. If everybody comfortable, give me a y. We'll go ahead, increase the level further. So now handling the equation with 2 variables. Before this, it was just 1 variable, right? Time to increase it further. Okay, ready? Let's increase the bar. Perfect. Let's go further ahead. Okay. Now, level 1 problems. Try out this one. Okay. Just one more question after this. Then we jump to CAT question. Okay. Try this one. Very interesting question. Question number 3. I'll try. Try. Present age, ages question, right? We have done this kind of questions from ages while in school. They used to trouble us a lot, remember? Father age this, son age this. It troubled us so much that we forgot our age during those times. They're easy, fairly easy, right? The present age of A and B are in the ratio of 4 to 5. After 8 years, the ratio becomes 5 to 6. What's the age of A 3 years before? Playing too much with after, before. How to handle, guys? What should be the present age? How did you assume the present age? The idea is simple. We'll go with A. We'll go with B. We'll assume the present age, right? And we know that the present ages are in the ratio of 4 to 5. So 4x and 5x, we can treat that. After 8 years, so plus 8 years, we will have 4x plus 8. and 5x plus 8. Correct? Which eventually we know will be in the ratio 5 to 6. So that means this is to this is 5 is to 6. Comfortable? Yes. Everybody comfortable? Then the idea is simple. Either you do it like this, this upon this equals to this upon this, then cross multiply. Or I'll tell you a shortcut. So if you reach at a certain level that this is to this is to this, simply cross multiply, you will get the answer. So 6 into 4x, that's 24x, plus 6 into 8, that's 48, is equals to 5 5s are 25x, and 5 8s are, that is 40, right? So x, and this comes here, so x comes out to be 8. Comfortable? Everybody getting the x as 8? Check. x8, x8. Now we don't have to tell them the x. What we have to tell them is what was the age of it 3 years before. So if I go 3 years before, that's minus 3, right? So that means 4x minus 3. So we are here to calculate 4x minus 3. What would this be? Simple. X is 8. So 4x minus 3 is going to be 4 into 8 minus 3. That's 32 minus 3 or 29. Comfortable, guys? Yes. Sorted. Easy. So I guess we are fairly comfortable. It is the time that we can go ahead and try a CAT PYQ based on the ages, right? So let's go ahead and try this question out. Okay. Then we jump to the CAT PYQ. One more and then we go to the CAT PYQ. I just want to test you whether you are comfortable with 3 equations, 3 variables or not. You have done 1 variable, you have done 2 variable, just a little bit of 3 variable, then we go to the CAT question. Good, other nice. Try this one. Because 4x plus 8 was the age 8 years after, whereas we are looking for the age 3 years before, right? 4x is the present age. 8 years after it will be 4x plus 8, and 3 years before it will be 4x minus 3. Basic, right? Just warming up, the first class for equations, right? Fundamental class. Of course, not the advanced class. Still, we'll get the hint of a CAT PYQ, get the hint of the CAT. We'll see how the optimization works, but still at a basic level, right? Sitting in February yet. The next 2 classes you can expect to be a little advanced, although this will also now fairly, the next half is going to be the little advanced. What happens here? Company manufactures 3 products A, B and C. Total number of units produced is 240. Units of B is 20 more than A and the number of units of C is twice that of A. Just introducing 3 variables, right? How much? The company manufactures 3 products A, B and C. Total number of units produced is 240. So what we know is A plus B plus C is 240, right? Perfect. So it will take some time. I'll get to know you, your current level. Accordingly, we'll make the questions, right? The number of unit of B is 20 more than A. So B is 20 more than A. That's it. Perfect. A is A. And the number of units of C is twice that of A. So C is twice of A, right? So I guess here is our equation. Everything easily converted into A, right? Add and get the value of, what is the value of A? I guess 2A, 3A, 4A. 20 goes that side. 240 minus 20 is 220 and A comes out to be 55, right? The question asks us to find the number of units produced of C. C is twice of A, that is 2A. So C is 2A or 2 into 55, that's 110. Comfortable, guys? Yes. Sorted. So now do you wish to try one PYQ? Right? Now that will be a little interesting one. So give it time. I want you to do it on your own. Okay. So let's go. Try one more. CAT 2024 PYQ. Let's see if you can make it on your own, right? So we have handled 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. Not 20A. Athar, that is 20 more than A, so 20 plus A. Okay, and C is twice that of A, not twice more than A, not something like that, right? So try this one. This is a 2024 PYQ. We'll do it very smartly. Let's see how can you handle this one. Try. So the basics are set. Now the level will go on. Again, a question on ages. What language is little crazy, right? Troubles us. Staying with the language though, right? C, all right. So Palak, can you guide us? How did you get C? What's the idea? How to start? When Rajesh age was same as the present age of Garima, the ratio of their ages was 3:2. Garima's age becomes the same as the present age of Rajesh, ratio of ages will become. So easy question, all right. So what's the answer? Okay, nice, right? So cat also sometimes becomes generous, isn't it? The cat also sometimes becomes generous, right? But let's see, even if you're getting it right or not, the ratio, will it remain the same? I don't think so. If I say that, let us say a person is 10, a person is 15, the ratio is 2:3. After 5 years, this guy becomes 15, this guy becomes 20, the ratio is 3:4. So 5 years after, the ratio won't be same. So the ratio changes with the time, of course, right? How to handle this one? How to handle? So the idea is the question plays when Rajesh age was same as the present age of Garima, then the ratio of their ages is 3:2. Can you tell me who is older? Rajesh or Garima? Who is older? When Rajesh was same as Garima's age, that time the ratio was 3:2. Definitely that means Rajesh is older because Rajesh comes first, Garima comes later. So Rajesh has to be older, right? So I don't know what their present age is, right? I don't know what their present age is. But I know that some years before, when this guy, let us say this is Rajesh guy, right? Let us say this is Rajesh guy and this is Garima. Now I know that some years before, when this guy Rajesh was same as Garima's age, right? Some years before, this guy must have been equals to Garima's age. Why before? Because Garima is older or younger, right? Now, if Rajesh is older, some years before he would be at Garima's age, and at that point of time, they had the ratio of 3:2. So that means at this time, I can assume that Rajesh would have been at 3x and Garima at 2x. Yes or no, guys? Right? Correct? You know that Rajesh is older than Garima. So some years before, Rajesh would have been Garima's present age. That is what the question says. When Rajesh age was same as present age of Garima. So this is present age of Garima. Rajesh some years before would be same as present age of Garima. And that point of time, they were 3x and 2x. So what else can you tell me now? That means I can also tell you Garima's present age. Garima's present age is going to be 3x, right or not, guys? Because it has to be same as this. So now the question is when Rajesh was 3x, similar to present age of Garima, that time the ratio is 3:2. Satisfies? Thought? Now can you tell me the present age of Rajesh? What would be the present age of Rajesh now? Think. Think smartly. What would be the present age of Rajesh now? So we know from here to here you are coming down to 2x to 3x, right? So we know the time gap here, and we know that the time gap has to be same years before we are calculating their ages, right or not? So what would be this? So you're coming from, now Garima grew from 2x to 3x. That means plus x years. So in the meantime, Rajesh would have come from 3x to 4x. Isn't it, guys? Comfortable? So now we are here. We know the ratio of their percentages, that is 4:3. We know that they were 3:2 when Rajesh guy was similar to Garima. Fine till here? Yes or no? Beautiful. So see, we are not solving any equations, just logic, aptitude, right or not? Now, when Garima's age become the same as present age of Rajesh, that means when Garima's age would increase and become same as Rajesh present age. So sometime after this girl would increase and become present age of Rajesh. That means how much? 4x, isn't it, guys? Present age of Rajesh. That means you're talking about the time when Garima becomes 4x. So how many years later are we talking about? Huh? How many years later are we talking about? Garima growing from 3x to 4x. How many years later are we talking about? X years later, isn't it? Because she will take X years to go from 3x to 4x. That means Rajesh will also get X years to grow, because while she is going from 3x to 4x, in the meantime, Rajesh will also grow by X years and become from 4x to 5x, isn't it, guys? So what is their ratio of ages at this point of time when Garima becomes present age of Rajesh? 5, 4. Interesting. So the answer is not 3 to 2. It was not simple as you felt. It was simple though, but the idea was not the equation, but the aptitude. Did you enjoy this one? Did you get the feel of CAT, what it is? Guys, go ahead. Understood what's going to happen, how we need to apply the aptitude, how we need to visualize things, how we need to take the feel, right? All lies in this just 6 number. That's it. One chart and we are done. 2024 PYQ. But the idea is it going ahead and forming the natural equations? No. Does CAT wants us to do that? No. It is something more, right? It is something more towards visualizing things, right? Or looking the scenario in front of our eyes, what's happening. The answer is 5 to 4. Is it clear, guys? Shall we go ahead and see a next one question? What do you say? Yeah? Shall we try more? Shall we try more? Good evening, Mansi. Yes, Shwetav. Let's go. Perfect. Okay. Level 2 problems. We'll increase the bar. Okay. Now, guys, if I give you some minimum maximum idea, right? The optimization idea. If the question says something like this, if A and B are positive integers, what would be the minimum value of A given that A equals to 10 plus 2B? What would be the minimum value? Come on, tell me. So the question says if A is 10 plus 2B, what's the minimum value of A given that A and B are positive integers? How do you find out? It's more like visualizing things, not just simply forming the equations. I am just giving you one, the variables are two. I am interested in finding the minimum value of A. All I know is A and B both are positive integers. What will be the minimum value of A? So I know A is 10 plus 2 times something. And A clearly depends upon B. Now you tell me, if I increase B, A increases or decreases? So I clearly see that since A is 10 plus 2B, that means the more the B, the more the A. And I want to keep the A minimum. So I'll keep the minimum value of B. And what is the minimum value allowed for B, guys? The minimum value allowed for B is 1. Yes or no? So I know the minimum value of B is 1. Why? Because B is a positive integer. So A minimum would be 10 plus 2 into b minimum, which is 1, and that is 12. Simple. Now this one is fairly simple, right? Easy to observe, easy to think, but CAT won't give that simple every day. Yes. So do you want to see how CAT plays with this? Minimum, maximum? And it has played that in 2022 or 2020 PYQ, I would tell you. We'll do that question as well. Yes, it will say integer. See, if it says any integer, then it can be minus infinity, because b turns it to minus infinity, put it minus 1 crore. It nobody stops it then. So if such things are asked, they would be asked on a and b positive integers or whole numbers or natural numbers. Okay. You want to see how CAT plays? Try this one. We'll do it by two ways. Okay, I'll try to do this by two ways. So whatever you feel like you find interesting, you can do in that one. Try this one. Try this one. X and p are positive integers. What would be the minimum value of x given that xp equals to 10p plus 20? Think. So now I'm here to find out the minimum value of x. Now the point is, this is not that simple that I go ahead and put p equal to 1. Why? Because x also has p with it. So if you feel the answer is 30, you are mistaken. Don't be in too hurry. Think. I can put in some value so that, x will even come down less than 30. If the question would have been x equals to 10p plus 20, fine. But this time it's not that. It is xp equals to 10p plus 20. Now it's not that simple. The idea is, we are here to talk about s. The first thing is, we have to keep the x alone. Then only we can comment. So let's just divide the entire equation by p. xb by p x, 10p by p 10, and then we have 20 by p. So do you understand this step? What we have done? We have divided the entire equation by p. We can do that. What happens now? We have clearly x equals to 10 plus 20 by p. Now we can start thinking on this line. So the first idea is the one you're going to go ahead and comment on. Try to make it a single entity on one side of equality. Okay? Try to make it separate from the others. Now start thinking. Now I know x equals to 10 plus something. And I know x has to be an integer. X and p are positive integers. Now you tell me, I need this entire number 20 by p to be minimum or maximum. Think. I know that x is equals to 10 plus something. Now this something is 20 by p. So start thinking on this line, 20 by p. What are the values of 20 by p? What integers can 20 by p take, and what do I want it to be, minimum or maximum? Think on that line. I want x as to be 10 plus something, and I want this guy to be minimum. So that means I want this 20 by p to be minimum. Do you understand that? Now think on that line. How can you make this 20 by p minimum and yet integer? I need to keep it an integer. That means it has to be a factor of 20 so that it cancels. Yes or no? And the best idea is, let's put it 20. 20 by 21, smallest integer. Yes or no, guys? Think. Because if I take it more than 20, let us say 100, 20 by 100, 1 by 5, 10 plus 1 by 5 makes no sense. Now I don't have an integer. Do you get it? That the best thing which we can do is, we can put this p guy as 20, and what happens next is 20 by 20, and then x turns out to be 11. That is the best we can do, right? You told 30 initially, remember? So the best idea is, why not put p as 20, x turns out to be 11. How many of you did understand this? Now this is some CAT level thinking which we are talking about. If we would have taken one palak, then we would have got maximum value of x, or maybe high values of x. We are looking for minimum value. So if we want a minimum value, we want these number 20 by p to be lowest. Now 20 by p can be 20 by 1, which is a 20, 20 by 2, which can be 10, 20 by 4, which can be 5, and so on. 20 by 20, which can be 1. I want the minimum of them, right or not, Palak? So do you understand? Now once I'm looking for the minimum of 20 by p, that's this guy. Yes or no? Because I want it to be an integer as well. Do you understand, guys? That's the beauty of CAT, right? How he makes you observe things. Correct? Comfortable? That P20x, there is one more way of doing it. So I'll tell you that as well. So whatever you are more comfortable with, you should try with that. So the idea is to isolate x. I've already told you. Okay. So see what I'm gonna do is, what if I take 10p also here and put this equals to 20, right? Possible? I can do that. Of course, Punisher. That is why I'm doing another method, right? See, one way we have to catch. Now the idea is, how did you make it out that you divide by p? Because the idea is simple. I want the x to be alone, but I don't have it. I have a p here. So by what I should divide so that x becomes alone? Of course, p, so that I get rid of this p. If this guy would have been x p square, I would have divided by p square. Understood, Punisher? So whatever extra I have with the x, I'll divide by that and get rid of it. Once I get rid of that, I only have the x. That is what I wanted, right? Now have a look at this one. Can I do it? Can I bring this 10p this side? Now what happens? I can take p common. And this turns out to be x minus 10 into p equals to 20. Now think, guys. Now see, I'll show you. See, today's class is, increasing our approaches and not just solving the basic equations. So think, guys, what about this 20? This is a positive number. Do you agree? What about this p? This is a positive number. Do you agree? Why? Given in the question. Now you tell me what should be this. Something into something is equals to 20. Something into positive is positive. Tell me what is the nature of this bracket, positive or negative? A positive into positive gives you a positive, or a negative into positive gives you a positive? Positive. So everybody of us agree that this guy must be positive. That is what we want. So everybody of us agrees that x minus 10 is positive. And that means everybody of us agrees that x minus 10 is greater than 0, because that is what positive means. And that means everybody of us agree that x is greater than 10. Now you tell me what is the smallest number that is greater than 10. You're here to look for x minimum. Minimum value of x that is greater than 10. That, my dear friend, trusting. Have we ever looked towards maths like that or equations like that? How many of you are doing such kind of things with the equations for the first time? Tell me. That is what is missing. So either you get x11 like that, or you get like that, my dear friend. That's the minimum value of x as 11. Showed you two approach. Now in the paper, any can come in your mind. So you should have multiple. There are the areas where we lack, and CAT, plays with us. Interesting, beautiful. How he's playing with us. We are doing hundreds of questions like these, forming two equations, then solving them, maybe three variables, maybe two variables, and then CAT suddenly comes and asks us this. No equation requires, just the aptitude game. Then someday he comes and makes us these kind of situations, right? Got it? You wanna see how these kind of stuffs are created within an actual question of CAT? And believe me, this equation is from the actual CAT. Actual CAT. I'll show you this question. You will end up forming this equation, and the question will ask to calculate the minimum value. You want to see it? Right? Huh? Let's go. Try this question and see how beautiful the same equation we have just solved will come into picture. Just make the equations from here. Now we enter into 4 variables territory. This is not a question, I just want you to form an equation. Now we are entering into a 4 variable territory. Try. And bought some pencils and sharpeners, spending the same amount of money as Aaron Aditya bought twice as many pencils and 10 less sharpeners. So how many variables do we have? How many unknowns do we have? Think. Do we have 1, 2, 3 or 4? How many unknowns? Nothing is given, right? So many things are there, nothing is given to us. How many variables are there? Tell me. Number of variables. Unknowns. Number of things which are known to you becomes variable ultimately, right? How many things? You just have to form the equation. You don't have to find out anything right now. This is not a question, this is round 5. We are learning to form the equations, right? So there are 4 unknowns. What are the 4 unknowns? Not 2, Kinambro. There are 4. What are those 4 unknowns? One is the number of pencils, the number of sharpeners, the price of pencil, the price of sharpener. Nothing is given to us. The question further goes ahead and talks about, the number of pencils, the number of sharpeners, twice as many, twice as many pencils, 10 less sharpeners. So it is about the number of them. And then amount of money also is talked about. That means there are 4 things now. Now, the idea is, see, again, we'll do it 2 ways. Suppose a pencil cost rupees P, right? So it is P. We are talking about the cost. And let us say sharpener cost. Again, you're gonna enjoy it, guys. Just focus and enjoy mathematics today. Let us say the cost of pencil is P and the cost of sharpener is S. Now I don't know how much Aaron bought. Let us say Aaron bought X pencils. So Aaron has spent X into P money for pencils. And let us say he bought Y sharpeners. So he has spent Y into S for this, right? So P and X quantity and Y quantity for Aaron, let us say. So of course we have this much money spent by Aaron. Everybody agrees? 4 variable, everybody agrees? X quantity of pencil which costed P rupees, so X into P total spent. Y quantity of sharpeners which cost S rupees, so Y into S total spent on the sharpeners. Everybody agrees? Now what happens? Now spending the same amount of money as Aaron, Aditya bought twice as many pencils. So the quantity becomes 2x for Aditya, twice as many pencils. So now for Aditya it is 2x quantity, correct? Cost is same, so 2x into P, that is the spending on the pencils. And he bought 10 less sharpeners, so Y minus 10 quantity for the second guy. And the cost is Y minus 10 quantity, S rupees, Y minus 10 into S. So that is the spend on the sharpeners. So this is the equation, right? Looks very complex. We cannot assume price rupees 1, not allowed, Kinambru, because we don't know the ratio between these prices will be a trouble for us. So everybody comfortable with the equation? Now you will see we'll come to this equation, rather we will solve this and you'll come to a certain point and then we'll imagine we can come to that point directly. We'll see that how. But are you comfortable with this thing? 4 variables certainly, right? Yes. Try to solve it, see what simplifies, what not. Half of the things will get simplified. Try. What happens? Idea is simple. This is xp plus y into s is equals to 2xp plus y into s minus 10s. Now what happens? Y gets cancelled. This minus 10s comes over here, you get a 10s, and the xp goes over there. 2xp minus xp, you get a xp. Comfortable, guys? right? Are you here to here? Now this was looking complicated. This looks simple. Yes? Think. Now, before even going further ahead, can you think that I would have got this equation straight away? Suppose, now think, right? Think, look very carefully, very, very focused. Suppose we are the person, we bought X pencils and Y sharpeners. We bought X pencils and Y sharpeners. Right? Now think, we changed our mind. We thought, why not buy double the pencils? And for that, we have to give up 10 sharpeners. Do you see? So the idea is if you increase the number of pencils by X quantity, so if you increase the pencils amount by XP, you will have to give up on 10 sharpeners, that is 10s. So can I say the money that is required to buy X more pencils, which is XP, is equivalent to the money that you would have to give up by 10 sharpeners. So 10s. XP is 10s. Can we come to this straight away? Think. How many of you got it? How many of you got it? So the idea is, guys, simple. You have X pencils, you have Y sharpeners. Suddenly you decide I need these as 2x. So that means you want to increase X pencils. That means in terms of money, you want to increase XP here. And then of course, from where this extra money would come? By giving up on some sharpeners. How many sharpeners did you give? You said, okay, no problem. We'll subtract 10 sharpeners. We'll buy 10 less sharpeners. So the 10 less sharpeners, which actually costed how much? 10s rupees. So the money you saved over here, you spend to buy X more pencils. That means 10x is XP, right or not? That's what saved time in CAT. So I could have done it directly. So I was just trying to see how many of you can get the feel of that, right? How many of you get the feel of that? XP is 10s, right? Nice. Now it's time that we can go ahead and see the question if you're comfortable. If yes, give me a go in the chat. We'll see this question exactly. Okay. What was further asked? How this question converts into the same question we have just solved. You want to try? Let's go. Okay. So we'll come to this one later. Try this CAT 2020 question. Try this CAT 2020 question. You have already solved from here to here. And you have come down to the same thing, that fine, you're letting go 10 sharpeners. That means 10s rupees you are letting go. And in exchange of this money, you're buying 2 expenses. That means XP. So this much you have already done in the last page. Now from here, pick it up. Pick it up from here to here. This much already solved. Try. Same question, other. Instead of giving you directly, I broke it into parts because this is a tough one, right? I don't want to, feel you disheartened. Rather, I wanted to motivate you that even a tough question, if broken into parts, is easy. That is what the idea of this class is. Okay, so what happens? Cost of one sharpener is 2 more than the cost of a pencil. So what extra information do we get? What extra information do we get from here to here? Read it line by line, right? Otherwise, these kind of questions we get lost, right? So to avoid any kind of confusion, go step by step. This much you solved. Next is this line. What will be the equation you will form from this line? Cost of one sharpener 2 more than the cost of pencil. 2 more than, not twice. 2 more than pencil. So cost of one sharpener, that is S, is 2 more than the cost of pencil, right? Right? So S is equals to 2 plus P. Put here and check what's happened. What happens? If I put S as 2 plus P, so XP equals to 10 into 2 plus P, or XP is equals to 20 10P plus 20. Have we done something like that? Minimum possible number of pencils. That means minimum value of X he is asking. Remember, we assumed Aaron with X pencils and Y erasers. And then the other guy, that was Aditya, with the 2X pencils and Y minus 10 erasers. Right? And now it says, then combinedly, how minimum possible number of pencils? That means you're asking me to calculate the minimum value of 3x. Yes or no? How can you calculate the minimum value of x? You learned 2 ways, my dear friend. What is the minimum value of x? Come on, do it now. I gave you the same equation. I showed you 2 ways to find out the minimum value of x. And it came out to be x is equal to 11, right? How many of you were there when we discussed about this equation? Got the idea? Good, Mansi. So we solved this equation back here and we talked about the same equation xp equals to 10p plus 20. What would be the minimum value? It came out to be 11. Right? That's how a good CAT question is made. So of course, I'll do the way which you liked better, taking p common and then x minus 10 equals to 20 and then saying x min has to be 11. Why? Because this guy is positive, this guy is positive, this also has to be positive. Of course, guys, those who have been watching this session from the start, they will only understand this. We have already discussed this. I would recommend that watch it from the start. And the minimum number of pencils, 3x, that is 3 into 11, which is 33, right? Comfortable? So how many of you got the idea? How many of you got the feel of actual CAT, how it's going to test you? Now, I broke this question for you into 3 parts. We first learned how to solve these kind of equations, finding minimum value of x, then handling the 4 variables, and then just a little part we tried in this particular question, right? Got the idea, guys? How it's gonna happen? It's more like visualization. It's more like getting a feel of it, that how he's gonna play with the equations, right? He cannot just go ahead and give you simple 2 equations solve and get the answer. Elimination, substitution, no. He'll play with the things like that. And we have to get ready. So the idea for today is we just see those kind of stuffs, right? Try one more question before you go ahead. I want to show you a simple question. I know many of you will get to the answer, but the idea is how quickly. So try your best, fastest possible way to get to the answer of this one. Let's see how many of you are on track. Try. So guys, you can find me on LinkedIn, Telegram, Instagram. Telegram, you can join in Quants by Rahul sir. Okay. And if you have any queries, facing any difficulty in your preparation, you can just go ahead and ask me out. In fact, we have a great community on Telegram, around 19,000 odd people. You can put in your questions, get the questions resolved by your fellow mates. What about this one? Ratio of income of R to S is 3 to 7. Expenditure is 5 to 6. Income of S is 3 times the expenditure of R. What's the ratio of saving of R and S? Too complicated. So many stuff going on all together. Huh? But is there a catch? There? There is a beautiful thing. There is a beautiful assumption lying here. I'm waiting, Kinambro. All the time is yours. I'll wait till one person give me the answer in the chat. Ten to 633. Pari, nice. Okay, great. More answers? Or any more? It is, Atharv. You can, this question can be taken in ratio as well. This question can be taken in equations as well. You can try it with both the ways, multiple ways. Good, Kinambro. Nice. So 10 to 63. Now, do you want to see the fastest way to solve it? Do you want to see a beautiful way to attempt such kind of questions so that you don't end up making equations? You don't end up, with too many X and Y's. You want to see the aptitude way of this, right? I'll show you the aptitude way of this, right? How can such kind of questions can be tackled under 30 seconds, or maybe I'll just write 4 or 5 numbers and the question would be done. You want to see how? See, the ratio of the income of R and S is 3 to 7. Fine. So what we have is, we have a guy R, we have a guy S. What we know is the ratio of their income. What is the ratio of their income? This guy is 3, this guy is 7. 3 to 7 is the ratio. I'm not assuming 3 and 7 their number. Neither 3x or 7x. Just writing it for my, my condition or my idea or my memory that they were 3 to 7. While that of their expenditure is 5 to 6. So expenditure is 5 to 6. Again, I wrote it for my reference. Right? Now see, have a look. If the income of S is 3 times the expenditure of R, okay? So income of S, this guy, is 3 times the expenditure of R. So this number multiplied by 3 will give me this number, right? So now the idea is I have to assume these 4 numbers so that they satisfy all these conditions. Yes or no? I have to assume 4 numbers so that they satisfy all these conditions. These are in the ratio 3 to 7, these are in the ratio 5 to 6, these are in the ratio of, or this into 3 is this. Why? Because I know that income of S is 3 times the expenditure of R. So this multiplied by 3 is this. Correct or not? So what I have done is I have drawn my flowchart. Now I will tell you how to assume the number. But before that, you have to tell me, are you comfortable with the flowchart? If yes, write in go, and then let's discuss how to think of a number. We'll think one number, everything sorted, we'll get the answer. We'll write nothing more, just 4 numbers here, that's it. I promise you that. Are you comfortable with the flowchart? So what we did is, we just read all the lines, and after reading all the lines, we draw a scenario in front of us. Right? I just need to satisfy these conditions, 3 to 7, 5 to 6, this into 3, this. So now it's a puzzle for me. Now, I'll start with this number. Why? Because this number connects maximum. This connects 3 to 7, this connects 5 to 6, but this guy connects 2 people. This into 3. So this guy has to be a multiple of 7. Easy for me. 3 to 7 would be easy. This multiplied by 3 gives me this. So this guy is also have to be a multiple of 3. So that this would be easy. Now this guy connects 2 things. This chain and this chain. So 7 into 3. 7 into 3 is how much? 7 into 3 is 21. Right? Look at this number. 7 is connected to this, 3 is connected to this, 5 is connected to this. So 5, 3 and 7. Multiply 5, 3 and 7, I'll assume this number. Multiply. So first I thought is I'll start with this number y, because this is, the major missing piece. If I get this piece, everything is connected to this, right? This connects this, then this connects this. These two are connected. So I'm thinking on this lines. And I know this has to do something with 7, something with 3, something with 5. 5 3 ja 15, 7 ja how much? 105. Assume this to be 105 and everything will come so beautiful, everything will fall as per this 105 and you will get no fractions. That is my guarantee. Now tell me, what is this? Something into 3 is 105. Tell me, what is this? What into 3 is 105? 35? 35 into 3? Now, this ratio is 5 to 6. 5 sevens are 35. 6 what's are 35? Oh, sorry, 5 sevens are 35. 6 sevens are what? 5 sevens are 35. 6 sevens are what? 42. Sorted. 7. How much? 105. 7 15 ja 105. We multiplied 5, 3 and 7. 7 is here. 5, 3 ja 15. 7 15 ja 105. 3 15 ja what? 7 15 ja 105. 3 15 ja 45. Are we sorted with all the conditions? Beautiful, pretty numbers, easy calculation. The only thing which we did was that we'll assume this guy 105. Why? Because this was connected to everybody, yes or no? So can we think or can we assume these numbers? Absolutely yes. Satisfy all the conditions which we wanted. Ratio 3 is to 7, yes. This into 3, yes. 35 to what do? 5 to 6, yes. That's what we wanted. What's the ratio of their savings? 45 minus 35, 10. 105 minus 42, that's 63. And you have your answers within this 4 lines. Now, once you know these things, you don't have to explain to somebody. You're doing it to get your own numbers. How much time do you think I will take to write down all these things? Or do all these simple calculations? I'll just take 15-20 seconds. I'll be done with this question. Yes or no? And we get such kind of questions, right? Revenue minus income, SP minus CP profit. So many scenarios like that. Correct? Did you enjoy? Did you understand what is level 2 all about? How to visualize things? Yes, that would be it. First day enough. The idea is to just give you the feel today. The idea was not to just test you, just give you an idea what's coming on your way. What are the things we know? The first half we knew. You must have felt that, okay, sir, is that what we are going to do? So easy. But the second half opens our mind. That is what we have to do. Understood, guys? Oh, you'll get these kind of practice. I'll be coming on and off to this channel. I'm also working on Hindi medium channel. If you're comfortable in Hindi, you will see a lot of videos over there, right? So I hope you enjoyed this session, guys, right? Absolutely. I'll build that aptitude for you. Don't worry. See how such kind of things, get built. How this aptitude builds, or how do you, learn these methods, or do you learn these methods, or these kind of approaches start coming to your mind automatically? How? Once you start seeing those methods, you practice hundred of questions where you end up making two equations, two variables and solve them. You will never get idea of these kind of things. Why? Because you did not practice it. The more we practice these kind of stuff, the better we start thinking, right? So the idea is, anything which we need to get command on, we have to practice that kind of question, that kind of stuff, right? Of course, two equations, two variables, yes, very much required. It's gonna be the base. Three equations, three variables, very much required. It's gonna be the base. But then after that, we have to see these kind of questions also. Otherwise, we'll not be able to see those approaches. We'll not be able to build those approaches, right? So I'll keep bringing such kind of questions. You also get those questions, maybe from any sources, anywhere. That is why I joined the Telegram group, put in the picture. Whenever I get time, I solve it my way, put it there with the tag Butler, right? So guys, that's it. Uh, that was my time for the day. will come, Athar, with time will come, right? With time. You have to give some time, you have to stay patient, just keep practicing. Everything will fall in the picture. Tomorrow I'll be on the Hindi channel, morning 12 o'clock for forming the quant strategy, so you can be a part of that. And rest, I'll be seeing you on this channel as well. Thank you for having me, guys. Take care, bye bye, and all the best.